is a consultation that is going on for 2 days, and this was as a result of me interacting with the leadership of the department the very first week after I was sworn in as a minister, where I gave them the charge that I need them to bring all of the legislation that controls or governs the ministry to the forefront so that we can have a consultation, that we can start looking at them.
The workshop, in my view, was well coordinated, well set and poised for serious consideration and deliberation into the structure of the Probation and Child Welfare Board vis-a-vis two suites of legislation, the Children Care and Adoption Act and the Child Justice Act, which deals with child care and protection as well as children who are in conflict with the law.
I think the consultation was quite timely, very important, and I think has significant implication for children and how the agencies that are responsible for care and protection of children function and operate efficiently.
It has been very helpful to be in the same room as professionals having the same problems that we feel that we've experienced on our own. So a problem shared really does help us solve a problem.
Typically, you will want that type of involvement, stakeholder buy-in, so police, social services, workers from the New Horizon facility, counseling unit, and in my case from the Ministry of Justice and Legal Affairs.
So we received about 98% of the agencies that were requested to come. So that shows that they have heeded a call to participate in a session like this, because we know that the issues surrounding our child protection and juvenile justice system has been a reality and a challenge for many of those.
This is why the collaboration is important. The ultimate aim is to be efficient and effective in the services that are rendered and making sure that you have the legal framework that does that. And that's what this consultation is bringing out.
It's very meaningful. When you are dealing with children, it has to be because you care about them and you love them. You can't do it for any other reason. And to be here and being involved in such a way means that our contribution is being recognised and is valued, even though sometimes we feel that that's not the case.
Persons were frank, honest, very practical, gave their own experiences, and even beyond that, they were thoughtful and responsive as to what their desire would be for redesigning or restructuring the system.
It surpassed the expectation. The discussions were very deep, interceptive, perceptive. The inquiry and the analysis were very, very good indeed. And so I think we ended these 2 days with a comprehensive review of the functions of the board with respect to these pieces of legislation.
We will have to make submission to the Honourable Ministers, the report, complete with some key recommendations, and then once they have been able to guide us and make a directive as to say, well, this is where we would like to go, then the submission will be made to UNICEF about providing technical assistance for us to now do the technical and legislative revisions based on where the ministers say this is the direction we would like the system to go into.
This is what is required when we are doing a reform or review of legislation, to bring the consultative process in full view and involve state parties, involve anyone or the persons who stand to be affected by the legislation to give their input and inquiry and assessment and analysis, so that a fulsome view is actually projected and presented to the state in terms of making and directing a policy towards the betterment of any structure, any system of governance.
I think it's something that should be ongoing as well, in terms of getting the collaboration from the different stakeholders that have a say or play a part in the development of policies and that influence what happens with the nation's children.
I would say thank you to him and obviously the Junior Minister, Minister Phillip, involving these partners at such an early stage of fixing a problem that has been ongoing for a little while, because it's really the stakeholders that are at the brunt end of many of these black and white laws that are written, and we may be able to come up with some solutions or practicalities to our systems that will then help redefine the legislation that is needed so that the children, or whichever legislation is being written, can be improved and make it more practical.
Children That's our priority right now, and we have a responsibility to make sure that they are protected. And we also want to do everything on a fair level. And there were some inconsistencies over the years with some of these acts, and we thought that it would be important for us, especially as a new administration, to get things right.